Hello and welcome to the next Lukozer retro game review video. Now, if you are in any way familiar with this channel, no matter how vague, the chances are that just seeing the title of this game has already given you a pretty good indication as to what this review is going to be like. This is Ninja Hamster, and this was released in 1987 by CRL. So the game's called Ninja Hamster and it's released by CRL. It has all the hallmarks of a winner, this one, eh? Now this title page, okay, total silence, and you look at it and you look at that logo and you think that's not Commodore 64 graphics. It looks like it's ported straight from a Spectrum. And then you think, well, I've seen a few games where, you know, the static graphics on the title screen look like they've been ported from a Spectrum. One game that springs to mind that had me thinking that was on Enduro Racer, when it showed you the high score. That really did have a Spectrum look about it. But then, I mean, that game turned out great, didn't it? So, you know, what are we worried about? Alright, let's get a game underway. Oh yeah, right, one player combat, here we go. Now, you may want to check the dates just to confirm that this isn't an April Fool's, joke. This really is what the game looks like. I mean, are they fucking serious? And first of all, right, who the fuck comes up with such a fucking shit concept as Ninja Hamster in the first place? And then they think, right, well, I don't even know what they were thinking. So the idea of the game, what I'm going to do, I'll say I'll let myself get beaten. It takes fucking ages for one go to end, because, well, I'll go through all that in a moment. So, you know, one day, you know, the head of CRL has just, you know, been sitting there and suddenly announced, who has the company brain cell today? And the person who had it replied to him, hey, I had a great idea for a game. We call it Ninja Hamster. I mean, there is actually, believe it or not, a story to the game. The idea is that, yeah, it doesn't explain anything about how fucking Hamster is a ninja. It just says that, you know, you come back from some fucking journey or other, and yeah, your village has been taken over by some fucking cunt. And you have to defeat his 4 sidekicks, and then it turns out that this enemy, or this evil posse or whatever has 2 leaders. You have to beat both leaders. So you have to defeat 6 opponents, basically. So they came up with this fucking shit idea, and then they actually thought out a storyline for it. They actually put effort into it. I mean, I think this is only like the 4th CRL game I've ever actually covered on this channel. The 3 previous ones I did, well, 2 of them were from the budget label, from Alpha Omega. So, what was it? They were, well, fucking Hercules. Okay, that was a re-release, but nevertheless, it was on the Alpha Omega label. So, Hercules, a fucking shit pile. That Robo-Bolt, an absolute fucking shit pile. And then from CRL's own label, I did Trigger Happy, another fucking shit pile. And this makes all 3 of those look like fucking game designed masterpieces. I mean, every single one of them, in every aspect. So that you have this totally silent fucking title page, but there's music in the game. So why couldn't they have music on the title page? Even if it was just the same music that plays through the game. At least have something. But no, it's totally silent. I mean, the only thing you could say that the title page here offers that is in any way sort of, well, even bordering on original, for a Commodore 64 game anyway, is giving you the option between keyboard and joystick play. But that again makes you think, well, hang on, that makes it look more like a Spectrum, because I think with a Spectrum it always had a keyboard option for people who didn't have, you know, the right interface. But then in 87 every Spectrum player had the right interface, and I think by this sort of time even Spectrum games, they didn't sort of have the keyboard option, you know, right there in front of you, you know, going on the assumption that you may not have the interface. In 87 I'm sure everybody who had a Spectrum had the interface. Because the Commodore 64 doesn't have that, you plug the joystick straight into the fucking thing. So if you can use keys, just have, you know, have it as an option sort of somewhere down in the corner, you know, or even don't make it an option, just have it so that, you know, you can use joystick or keys automatically. Don't disable the keyboard if you're playing the joystick, and likewise don't disable the joystick if you're playing on the keyboard. Right, so let's get another game underway. So, like, you know, so many of the fucking beat-em-ups of any kind, let alone ones that are as utter fucking shit as this, it has the usual sort of routine where, you know, one move will beat the fuck out of your opponent every time. The thing is, well, so far I've only found it for level 1 here. I haven't found it on level 2 because I've not been able to stomach playing the game long enough to find it. But the other thing is, you'll notice that there have been a couple of times where I've landed on the head of this cunt. There you go, did it again. But the energy regenerates. But if I go in now, we'll get a couple of moves on each other. So you can see, oh, my energy's going down, so is his. Right, go away. And your energy just regenerates, and it regenerates at a pretty hefty rate until we get to this point here where it's effectively fuck all has happened, you are starting again completely from scratch. So a go could go on for, well, an eternity. Now in order to actually progress, I'll just get myself in position. Right, so we'll beat this cunt now using the one move that just beats the shit out of him every fucking time. Yes, my energy goes down low, but I guarantee you will beat him. So there you go. Now you'll notice the apple that's on his side, there's been a bite taken out of it. And each time you defeat him, another bite gets taken out of the apple until you have basically eaten the entire apple. But in order to get that far, so I've beaten the fuck out of him again, so that's 2. I mean, how many times have you got to fucking beat this cunt? Like in all other beat 'em ups, it's usually like 2 times you have to beat them, and then you're on to the next opponent. So there you go, I've done it 3. Right, so here we go, about to fucking beat him again. Right, so 4. And still going, it's already double the number of times any other beat 'em up requires. Right, 5. Still here. So right, okay, we'll go for 6. So we've got to beat him 6 times. Triple the number of times of any other beat 'em up. No! You've got to do it a 7th. 7 fucking times. And then we finally go on to level 2. And it sounds like the music that's fucked up here. There's a okay, it's finally stopped. So this cunt, I don't know how to fucking beat him. I can't find the move that constantly does him in, because yeah, there you go. But of course the thing is, if you may think, well hang on, I know my health regenerates, so if I get close to him, it looks like I'm going to get beaten like now. Right, so let's run off. Okay, so my health's regenerating, but of course so is his. So you get your health back up. Right, we're ready. But his health's back up. You're basically starting the entire fucking go again. And while I hate it when games have time limits, it's usually, it's always because it's in a game genre that just does not need one and shouldn't have one. But this style of game absolutely does need it. But it's not here, so you could be playing this, as I say, for fucking hours. And getting fuck all nowhere. Because of course, you're thinking, oh no, right, okay, my energy's low, right, let's run off. And for every second that your energy's recovering, your health bar's going back up, so is his. So now my energy, my health bar's full, but his is as well. So it's like you've got fuck all nowhere. You haven't done anything. Fuck me, I actually managed to beat the cunt. God, isn't that impressive? Alright, well, yeah, okay, let's get the review underway then, shall we? Graphics. The truly amazing thing about the graphics in this game is that you look at them here, and you also look at the resolution, and you realise this hasn't just been, it's not a port of the Spectrum version, it's been programmed to look like this right from the start. The resolution, the screen size, everything, is too big to be a Spectrum. So, from the word go, the graphics were designed to look like this. Monochromatic, I don't know if they are sprites, or at least they're not hardware sprites, surely. And because they are monochromatic and, you know, and with this ultra plain background, when the two characters on screen are fighting each other, you can see quite clearly through both of them. They're totally fucking transparent. Not only that, but the graphics look shit anyway. I can't believe I'm about to start a third fucking game. I need something. I say to get me through this. The game is called Ninja Hamster. Well, look at your fucking character. What the fuck is that supposed to be? Because it doesn't look even vaguely hamsterish. It's about as accurate a fucking, even by cartoon standards, it's about as accurate a fucking, cartoon drawing of a hamster as fucking Captain Caveman is of early man. It's worse than that. I mean, it just looks utter shit, like everything else. I have never seen a main character in a game look as utter shit as you know, the character you control in this. I mean, it just is absolute fucking toilet in every fucking department. I mean, look at it now, you couldn't, it's just this, see if I can do it again, it's just a massive fucking black pixels, you can't see a fucking thing. Got beaten by the first opponent, fucking hell. Of course, you know, the game will still go on and on and on. You think about it, you've got to beat the first opponent 7 times, which means you can theoretically face 13 fucking rounds per level. I can't believe that anyone who bought this back in the day, I mean, well, I can't believe anyone bought it anyway, but I can't believe anyone who bought this ever actually finished their first go. And having, you know, turned the computer off, you know, part way through their first go, either never went near the fucking cassette, or worse yet, disc image if you bought it on disc, fucking hell, or they just fucking set fire to it, which is all it's fit for. So we're on to level 2, and again the fucking audio's bollocking up, so you've got to wait until that channel is used again, which does of course bring me on to audio. The music is tolerable. That's about all I can say about it. It's certainly not a great piece of music. Fucking hell, beat the cunt. There are no sound effects of any kind, so you haven't got the faintest fucking clue if your hits are actually, you know, actually hitting the cunt. And you can't go by visual clue either, because I mean, you know, it's just a fucking massive black dots everywhere. And then the gameplay. The gameplay was just... and the gameplay is just fucking shite. You only have 3 attacking moves. Oh no, you have 4 attacking moves. Well, fuck me. So there's hardly any sort of like actual variation in the combat. But I mean, that's not a fucking issue because you surely wouldn't care. Even on the Lemon 64 website, where you get some unbelievably fucking ridiculous comments from people saying, oh yeah, I liked this game, to, you know, some shit like, I don't know, fucking Lee Enfield in the Tournament of Death or something. But even there wasn't a single comment from anybody who said anything about, yeah, I like this game. Programmed by Gary Tomlinson. I mean, you look at it, right, the presentation is shit. I mean, right from the get-go. The artwork on like the front cover, you know, the on the sleeve, that's shit. The loading screen, that's shit. And then everything you see, hear and play once the game is loaded is all shit. So Gary Tomlinson here is, well, firstly fucking brave to put his name to it. Well, either that or he's fucking stupid. But it means now that his name is associated with producing just endless fucking stream of utter Commodore 64 excrement. I mean, I don't know what he's doing now, but if this is anything to go by, I suspect that he is the man responsible. He's probably the head of advertising for fucking Haribo. Right, I really am going to regret this. I'll start the game again. I doubt I'll be able to get through another go though for this video. So how do I rate it? Oh, fuck me. I mean, I haven't even got to the biggest piss take of all. The price. This was a full price game. CRL was selling this for $9.99. At 4 years after Impossible Mission came out, 2 years after Whizball came out, you know, CRL, I know it was 1 year after Whizball came out, but CRL came along, produced this fucking shit mountain, and expected people to pay the same price, 10 quid, for this. I think the company brain cell must have gone AWOL during the time that this idea was first put together, and then the game was actually created. It's the only explanation. I know CRL are, you know, responsible for some of the biggest shit piles on the 64, and they really are in close competition with Titus for being, you know, the company that just gave us the worst games on the Commodore 64 most often. But I mean, come on, even by CRL standards, they are fucking taking a piss with this thing. I can't take any more out of it, so I just can't play it for another second. So what do I score it? I'm sure some of you may already be thinking or suggesting that this should have gone in the shit game database. I genuinely cannot think of a reason why it didn't. But, well, I did say that the music was sort of okay. very sort of okay. So, right, that might rescue it. I cannot think of a score low enough to rate this. Actually, yes I can. I rate this CRL out of 10. And I'm sure that you can all agree that is not a very good score at all. So there we go. Ninja Hamster from fucking CRL for Commodore 64. CRL out of 10, and I hope everyone who was connected with this game dies of fucking cancer. That brings this review to an end, and we will see you at the next one.